Welcome to the 31 Nights of Macoween. Every night during the month of October, I will review a scary movie. Come and join if you dare.
What is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes! My eyes! Ah! Ah!
Oh yeah, I've been excited for this movie. The Wicker Man is a 2006 horror film written and directed by Neil LaBute and starring Nicolas Cage. The film is a remake of the 1973 British film of the same name, but also draws from its source material, David Pinner's 1967 novel Ritual. The film follows police officer Ed Mullis, played by Cage, whose ex-fiancée Willow Woodward informs him that his daughter Rowan has disappeared and asks for his help in her search. When he arrives at the island where Rowan was last seen, he suspects something sinister about the neo-pagans who live on the island. So remember my mom and dad review that Nicolas Cage leaving the mainstream Hollywood films and making a lot of smaller indie films really grew his legacy for the better? Well, I stick to that statement, and a lot of his films recently have been, good to great, like I mentioned. But no matter what, this movie, The Wicker Man, will be his magnum opus for me, like the masterpiece. The Wicker Man is just a pure form of entertainment for me, and by that I mean it's so bad it's a good film, and a comedy movie that honestly rivals The Happening that of horror films that just make me laugh so hard. This movie is really funny. There are so many things I can say about this film, but I'll keep it brief. The story was just a mess. It didn't make any sense in the story that they were trying to tell. They rely heavily on the opening scene and tries to make you feel for the characters, but it doesn't do a good job making a cohesive and formulated story. The horror in the film was very cheesy and bad. There are jump scares in the film, but a lot of the horror is just awkward, disturbing imagery that doesn't work as horror, but works perfectly as comedic material, and that leads to the acting. The acting in The Wicker Man it's just one of a kind. It's not good, but damn it, it's entertaining to watch. And of course, the best performance is Nicolas Cage. But don't take it from me. Take it from a fellow Nicolas Cage fan over here. And I'm going to let him explain why this movie works even with the acting. So why don't you go ahead, my special guest?
Yeah, I genuinely don't know why the 2006 Wicker Man exists. The original is well liked, but no one was clamoring for a retelling or reinterpretation of it. Especially one that's this absurd. To be honest, I don't think anyone would be talking about this movie today if it wasn't for its lead performance. Nick Cage is terrible here, and by terrible, I mean great. His performance here is one of the great so bad it's good performances of our time. Say what you want about him, but you can't deny he's giving it his all. If it wasn't for him, this movie would probably be just a random, awkward, not scary, forgotten horror movie from the early 2000s. He's as insane as this movie is stupid, and it's very fun to watch. The infamous bee scene is probably more famous than this movie in general. Screaming at the top of his lungs as his face is covered in CGI bees, a perfect scene in an overall terrible movie. Yeah, The Wicker Man is poorly written, poorly acted, it's not scary, the mystery is unengaging. It's kind of boring and plotting whenever Nicolas Cage isn't giving us a memorable freakout or cold-cocking a woman while wearing a bear suit. I mean, I do think it's a movie that people should see. Its reputation as one of those infamous so bad it's good horror movies kind of precedes it. Don't you want to know where these memes originated? I mean, if I had to rate it, I'd give it a 1.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. There's no explanation. Just watch any of the scene. Like I said, the bear punching scene I used in the beginning of the video. It's truly my favorite scene in the movie. It's awesome. I love it. Chef's kiss. The Wicker Man was released September 1st, 2006 on a budget of $40 million. After its run at the box office, it will go on to gross $38.8 million. Overall, although The Wicker Man is fundamentally a bad film, it's a perfect comedy film and allows everyone to have a good time. Please watch this film and just be in awe. Just please. And I'm going to give The Wicker Man a 7 out of 10. Yes, you heard me. It's getting a 7 out of 10 because why the hell not?